CSUB softball team continues their historic season. They're now in their first ever NCAA regional. And for one of the players, the motivation to take the field hits close to home. 23 ABC Sports Director Stephen Hicks is with the team in Westwood and has her inspiring story.
Well, CSUB is in the middle of their game against UCLA, the biggest game in program history. But to get here, one player had to have the biggest hit in program history. And while we're just minutes away from Hollywood, the story behind that hit might be better than anything out of those Hollywood studios.
For the softball team at CSUB, the scenes from last Saturday's win are still a blur.
It's still surreal. I can't even explain the feeling that I had.
But before the trophy was lifted, the final strike called, the home run that set it all in motion, even before the season started, begins a story where words are equally hard to find.
Joanna was very quiet on our recruiting trip.
Joanna, or Joe Larios, is the starting catcher for the runners. Players and coaches say she's the heart of the team.
She's the first catcher that I've had this relationship to where she holds me accountable for anything. If I miss, she'll call time, come out and be like, hey, you need to hit that next time.
But her arrival to Bakersfield almost never happened. Her senior year of high school, she wasn't sure about her future.
I was talking about maybe going to the Army or something.
At every one of her games, her mother was her biggest fan. But after an 11-year battle with lupus in her liver, Elsa Larios called her daughter into her hospital room with a dying wish.
You are going to go play college softball. You are going to promise me that right now.
True to her word, she played at a junior college in Oklahoma and then committed to CSUB nearly a year to the day after her mom passed away. And that brings us to the championship game. With 2 outs in the last inning of a scoreless game, Joe stepped into the batter's box and called on her mom.
We typically pinch hit for her in that situation. And I looked at my staff and I said, I have a feeling about Joe.
After working the count full, she stepped out.
During that whole at-bat, I just kept saying, come on, Mom, come on.
You can read her lips as she stepped back in.
I believe she was definitely there with me.
What happened next will forever stand in the history of CSUB, but until now, perhaps not properly appreciated.
On the way, Larios into the gap.
As she celebrated rounding the bases, there's little doubt with her or anyone else on the team that Joe's mom was at the game.
She's that mom that was yelling in the stands. I bet she was just going crazy.
Making the moment even sweeter, though in the context of this story, perhaps unsurprising. The hit that sent the runners to regionals was Joe Larios' first home run at CSUB.
It was everything wrapped up in one moment for her to be the one that did it, because she is the heart and soul of this team. She loves this program. She loves everything that we stand for.
So again, CSUB taking on UCLA right now. At 11, we'll have highlights from that game. But even if the runners lose, it's double elimination. So tomorrow they'll take on either CSU Fullerton or Fresno State. And until then, at UCLA, Stephen Hicks, 23 ABC Sports.